really happy to have you here today with us.
Thank
The
you.
next, thank you so much.
Thank
The next, we will dive into the implementation requirements and process for successfully rolling out the spoken tutorial program within your institutions. This section will cover all the steps and requirements to ensure a smooth and effective implementation. For this, may I request Mr. Dharmendra from the Spoken Tutorial School team to proceed with it.
Thank you, Nidhi, for the introduction.
Dharmendra, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hi, Nidhi, can you hear me now? Hello? Nidhi, can you hear me?
You are not audible, Dharmendra.
Let me join it again. Okay. Maybe there is. Can you hear me now?
Dharmendra, sound is
Yes.
very low. Increase
Yes.
your mic level.
Okay, now you can hear me also?
Yes,
It's
you
better
are
now.
audible.
Okay, thanks for the introduction, Nidhi. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dharmendra, manager at the Spoken Tutorials, and I oversee the program implementation across the school and work closely with them to ensure they get the fully benefit from this initiative. So, as you already heard from my colleague Ramya, the Spoken Tutorial program align with the IT skill to the student and professional development training for the teachers. And it is an affordable, structured, and effective way to provide these IT skills. So now I will take you through the how your school can partner with us and can implement this program, and how student will complete their training and how they will receive the certificate. So you may be wondering, so what does a school need to implement the spoken tutorial program? Well, the requirements are very minimum because we have designed the program in such a way that it is accessible to all the Indian schools, no matter the infrastructure. And to successfully implement this program, your school need at least 5 to 10 computer with headphone so student can listen our tutorial while practicing and a stable internet connection. But the internet connection, they don't need all the time, just during the test and downloading the tutorials. Other than that, the 2 or 3 months of training can be done in the offline mode without any internet connection. And school need to appoint a coordinator. So the preferably an IT teachers or a person who know the computer. So the coordinator will oversees the program and work closely with our spoken tutorial team and will ensure that everyone is running smoothly. That's it. With the basic requirement, any school can easily implement the spoken tutorial program and can provide the valuable IT skill to their student.
Dharmendra,
And yes.
you are opening some other screen also there. Just minimize that screen. There is a black box is there on the
Okay.
screen.
Hmm. So is it visible now?
In the center there is a black box is there. It's fine now.
Okay. Okay. So if your school is interested in, sorry. Okay, so if your school is interested in joining the spoken tutorial program, the process is very simple and hassle-free. So school can express their interest via mail at the email ID displaying on their screen. And if the school have the contact details of my colleague, they can also contact them and reach out to them. So once we receive the confirmation from a school, a nominal subscription fees of 29,500, including 18% GST, is required to enroll into the program. And you will notice that the fees is very affordable and carefully decided by the IIT Bombay management, in which up to 1,000 students can take the program. And to give you a perspective, if we take a 4,400 student in a school, the cost per student will come out down to just rupees 70. And in this 70 rupees, each student can take 4 certified IT courses in a year. And the principal will appoint a coordinator and preferably an IT teacher or someone with the basic computer knowledge. So after the subscription, within 1 or 2 days, we will schedule an orientation session for the coordinator to guide him through the implementation process. Since our program is simple and user-friendly, no long training session hour are required for the coordinator. Just 1 hour orientation session and your school will be ready to start. So now let's see the spoken tutorial program will be implemented in your school. So the coordinator will download the required tutorials and install the necessary software in the computer system. And the best part of the program is that we run on the open source software. So you don't need to purchase or any expensive or third party software from your end. Everything is authentic and legal. And this is a one-time download, after which the coordinator can copy the tutorials and software onto all the computer system for student to access. And after that, you don't need any internet connection for the IT training. And the coordinator will upload the student data on the website. And after uploading the student data, each student will get a unique username and password from our end. And so student can complete these courses during these IT courses during their IT practical classes, meaning no extra hour are needed. The coordinator will manage the training schedule, deciding when to start and complete the each course. And once the training is done, the coordinator can request a test and student can take the exam. So now let's take an example of the 11th class student where NCERT suggested in the Python as a part of their curriculum. So the coordinator will assign the Python course from the spoken tutorial and provide the student with the tutorials and during their practical classes. And let's say today is March 1st and the coordinator decide to run that training form from March 1st to the end of the June. And after the training period, the coordinator can reschedule the test on any date they choose whenever they feel free for students are ready. And this flexible and structured approach ensure smooth program implementation without any disturbing the existing school curriculum. So this is just a glimpse of the school who took our advanced level courses. So we provide more than 60 plus IT courses in our program. And as you can see, the SNBP school took the advanced level courses like Arduino app using Kotlin, Arduino, Bash, BioPython, and the Bishop Periyar school from the Kerala took the CSS and HTML. Army Public School from Jodhpur took the Arduino, Bash, Blender, Bootstrap, Cell Designer, advanced level courses for the student. And the DAV Public School from the Samastipur also took the Arduino, CSS, HTML, Linux, Python, and RDBMS PostgreSQL, which require for the data science courses. Now, how will the student will complete that training? So all the tutorial and software will be stored on the school computer. So student can access them anytime without needing the internet. They don't need any internet to access the tutorial anytime they want. So each tutorial is short, just 10 to 15 minutes long, and making it easy to complete a lesson with a 30 to 40-minute IT class while also practicing. So our approach is practice-based. We don't provide any PDF or theory-heavy material because IT cannot be learned just by reading. In our way, we say it side-by-side method. So they watch the tutorial and they practice it simultaneously while watching the tutorials. And at the end of each tutorial, there will be an assessment task.
Dharmendra, we cannot hear you. Okay. I think there is some connection problem at, I guess, Dharmendra, right? So we will share the requirements and implementation process with all of you immediately after this webinar. So we'll move forward. And first, I would like to thank Dharmendra for such a detailed information about the process. Now, let's hear another live testimonial, this time from a partner who will share their experience regarding how they have effectively implemented the spoken tutorial program in their school. So we have Mr. Roshan Samuel, the academic and technical director from Royal Public School. Mr. Roshan, could you please
Hi,
share
ma'am.
your
Good morning.
insight?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm really sorry. My video seems to have some sort of an issue, so I'm not able to switch it on. However, since uh, I'm audible, I think I should go ahead with the with my testimonial. Is that everything fine or good? May I?
Yes, sure, please.
All right. Okay, so we actually associated with Spoken Tutorial last year. And the reasons for that were threefold. One of it was the employability factor. What I mean by that is it were recently in the sense that a year before, I had actually visited a college with regards to placements, and this was a institute of national eminence, and maybe my expectation was high or the otherwise. The kind of crowd that I was seeing lacked. Lacked, let's say, some sort of employability skills. The way they were presenting their presentation, the way how they were responding to questions, it kind of showed that they lacked employability skills. And I think most of us are aware of the statistics that in India, almost 60% of the undergraduate students are unemployable. And that is a major concern. So one of the factors why this unemployability is there is because most of the very basic kind of professional skills is lacking among our graduates. So to speak, even if they were to write a resume, there wouldn't be a standardized way of indentation or how to use justification in their written materials. All these were missing. So when you send that sort of an unprofessional kind of a resume, you're bound to get kicked out because they would always prefer a resume or an application which has a professional touch because they expect that from their employees. The other factor why we decided to associate is because IT training is something that is very, very essential despite you going to any level of college, may it be an IIT or an IIM or wherever it may be, if you are unable to use a computer software or basic software, I'm not talking about hi-fi softwares. If you're unable to use that software, it kind of shows that you are not well prepared for the job role. And especially during COVID-19, I think CBSE schools as well as schools across all boards, we got a good jolt, understanding that we are really underprepared with regards to IT training and requirements. Uh, this was also a major factor because we wanted our teachers as well. Because when I joined the school, it was during the time of COVID-19, and I had to shift the entire software and hardware to manage online learning. most of my teachers have never seen a computer, and it's not their fault. When they were learning, when they were in their schools, they never had the exposure to computers. So I had to train them from scratch, how it works, what you can do. They were scared. They were scared of touching buttons, pressing buttons, because they didn't know what happens. Like if there is one screen and you press one button, it's gone, and they're all paranoid. अरे क्या हो गया कहाँ चला गया they didn't understand what happened. So this is also one of the reasons why we decided to associate with a professional kind of an approach. And I think one of the I think Madhuri ma'am mentioned that there are actually third-party players outside in the market who will offer these kind of trainings. But as Dharmendra rightly pointed out, it's extremely costly. And the other thing is that it would lack credibility, because a certificate or some kind of a certification coming from a institute of eminence versus a third party certification, I think almost everyone would understand what will, hold in a job market. So so we decided to, when this happened, like last year, we had a requirement from our parents' side that we must teach computers to our students, and we agreed to that fact because a lot of policies have been changing, and even in the job market, without knowing computers, it is really difficult to get a job. Um, so we decided to search for opportunities that were presented in the market, which would possibly teach us computers right from the classes of sixth standard upwards to 12th. Now, you must understand my situation in my school. Most of my students, almost out of the entire population, only 30% have a computer in their homes. The rest of the crowd has not even seen a computer. So it is in the school laboratories that we have computers, and they get exposed to that kind of an environment. So the rest of the 70% of students are viewing computers, a mouse, a keyboard, a monitor, a CPU, things inside the CPU, how it works. Everything for them is happening within schools. Therefore, it was necessary to have a hand-holding mechanism which is credible enough, such that the parents are also satisfied. Because now, when I tell them that I'm getting a support directly from IIT Bombay, they don't even have to question me because they're well satisfied. They're like, okay, great, you're doing good. So that kind of a credibility which it provides is something that is very important. Um, so in this way, we decided to associate with spoken tutorial, and so we had to think, considering only 70% of our population, sorry, 30% of our population had computers. We had to think about how to align this with our curriculum, because it was necessary to understand and cater to that 70%. So in sixth standard, we started the course with Introduction to Computers, just so that they would be able to understand what are the mechanisms that we are interfering with. And as I think someone mentioned, almost 3 to 4 certifications you can get. That is true. The thing is that in an academic year, you may get academic transaction activity for about 34 to 36 weeks. The rest will go in second Saturdays, the second Saturdays will go, public holidays will go, summer holiday months, those will go. So 34 to 36 weeks is what you would on an average that you would get. And when I reviewed their curriculum, IIT Bombay's curriculum, so what I found is that they are trying to finish off a course by 9 to 12 videos. In 9 to 12 videos, they will finish off one course, and it is very simply explained. It is very, there's no academic jargon and all. So it is very simple to understand. And So what we did was for each class, right from 6th standard to 10th, we assigned based on the capacity of the student within the class, considering the fact that how many of them have been exposed to computers, courses that are being offered by IIT Bombay. And so another factor which prompted us to do this is because a lot of students were unaware of very basic kind of software which will be very dominant in the working space. For example, if you're writing an assignment, let's talk about when a student goes into a higher education institute. If you're going into a higher education institute and writing an assignment on the computer, you have certain things like MLA formatting. There are things like indentations. There are things like how much paragraph spacing should be there. But most of the students don't even know how to access these options, and they don't know how to implement these options well enough. So, introducing courses like Introduction to Computers as a basic, and then going on to softwares like Libre Writers, Libre Calci, all these kind of help you understand terminologies, which is used within a software. Otherwise, what happens is that when you go into a higher education institute and the professor says, please justify the entire paragraph, you are really out of your mind. You don't understand what is he saying, justify the paragraph, because you don't know the terminology that is being used. Similarly, there was a situation that I recently encountered. One of my alumni, which is who is a part of ISRO, he was talking to me and he was saying many of the engineering graduates go into engineering colleges and then they come to know that there is something called as a soldering iron or a soldering rod. These things, these terminologies, they didn't know, but they are in engineering first year, which is a very which reflects poorly on our academic method. So IIT Bombay and Spoken Tutorial and the courses, what they basically do is to introduce a child to the basic terminologies, what they do, and how to operate them, and how to use these softwares to the advantage of the student. Now, as Dharmendra said, there were coordinators that were appointed from our side who will list out the names of the students, and they will provide those names to a server which these people are operating, and they will categorize all of them into certain sets and groups. And as and how we are applying for courses, the videos will be sent to us, which can be downloaded. So it is not required that you need to have internet while the course is being taught, which is a great facility because a lot of schools have this limitation of having internet continuously. Or they also have a problem of they have a specified amount of data pack given to them, and that is all that they have. So it is really impractical to download the content again and again. So all the material is offline and available, and they get that material and they can play that throughout all the systems, and that's how we have been doing it. Once this entire course is completed, the coordinators then contact IIT Bombay and they will raise a request for conducting an examination. Because you see, only after the examination and getting 40% of marks in that examination will you get a certification. Otherwise, the knowledge is free of cost. You will get the knowledge, but if you want to understand the certificate, you want to get the certificate, then you will have to pass the exam and gain a certificate, which also helps
Uh,
us make portfolios.
So sorry to interrupt you, but we are running little short of time,
Okay,
and
okay.
yeah,
I'll hurry up. I'll hurry up. So,
yeah.
40 after the student appears in the exam and gets 40% of marks, they are given the certificates, and this entire process can be repeated again. So, when the sixth standard student goes into seventh standard, the whole curriculum can be revised based on the level of the child in that classroom, and the curriculum can be revised to suit the that class. And in this way, we have been doing the entire setup. We experience the entire setup throughout the year, and it seems very easy and very friendly. Whenever we want, we have doubts, the team from IIT Bombay has been always available to us, and they will quickly resolve our doubts and queries. And yeah, this is how we have been doing it, and has been a really great exercise. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel, for your true insights about the spoken tutorial journey, how you have implemented, and the gesture which is coming out from